All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday. I hope you've had a good week so far. I hope you've done some Lego stuff, got some things built. Hello, Missy. Good to see you. Some new Lego stuff out, and we'll get to that here in a second. But today we're finishing up with bag 7 through 11 of the Midi-scale Millennium Falcon. We left it off Sunday. Probably could have done a full stream of it if we'd worked faster, but this is where we got left off. I wanted to show you guys something. I don't know if I showed you all this last time, but I finished up a Midi-scale tie interceptor, which I thought was kind of turned out to be pretty good. This is going to be a trophy for the best Star Wars ship at Brick Rodeo, and I think it was a little too big for the base, so here's the base it has to go on. But I mean, I could probably figure out how to put it on here and still get the brick announcing what it is somewhere in here. I think it looks all right. I think it's pretty good for like a day or two build. I might raise this up a little bit. This seems a little flat, so I might try to figure out how to make that a little rounded. Anyway, I thought it turned out good. I had fun building it. I need to make sure to record what pieces I used so I can buy those pieces again for myself, because when you build a trophy for an event like that, unless the event pays for it ahead of time, you will probably generally not get those bricks. Those are donated, right? So a lot of people build smaller statues and for the trophies, just so they're not volunteering a whole ton of bricks. I don't mind donating this. I think it's a good build, and yeah, I'll just replace the parts. There's nothing in there I can't live without for a little bit. I just want to make sure I record it. Plus, it's a pretty fun little build if somebody else wants to build it. So we're on bag 7 of the Midi-scale Millennium Falcon. 25th anniversary of Star Wars Lego. I'd already done the invisible hand, and I'll do a comparison there in a little bit. So how are you doing, Missy? How is your week so far? Hope things are going well. Another thing I need to work on is I need to get my mock built for the meeting coming up. We still have a couple weeks, but I want to get to it before I forget. Our mock meeting, or our mock for the meeting coming up, is going to be something we're going to use for Brick Rodeo again. It is a, we're going to do a selfie wall, and it's going to be made with base plates, white base plates, 32 by 32 base plates with the shape of Texas on them, and you're supposed to build something inside the shape of Texas, a flat thing, right? Trying to remember. I'm trying to log into my HBO account, because I'm going to try to see if I can watch the hockey game coming up at 8:30. It is the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche again. The Avalanche absolutely they stole game 1 in Dallas, and I feel bad as a fan because I went to bed at the end of the first period. It was 3-0 Stars, and I'm like, well, I think this is probably over. I woke up and checked, and it was the Avs came back and won 4-3, and I'm like, well, guess I should have stayed up till midnight watching that one. I'm good. Long weekend, getting product out at the stores for Mother's Day. Cool. Yeah, Mother's Day is coming up, man. I got my card in the mail today. I wanted to get in yesterday, but I couldn't find it. So yeah, hope you get something out for your moms. Mother's Day coming up. My oldest child's birthday is today as well. They are 23 years old. And we had a discussion today about, we're like, are you coming up for, we're going to take you to dinner? You want to come up and meet us? We'll give you your presents, stuff like that. And they're like, no, I'll see you guys on Saturday, because we're going to go to an away game. I'll see you guys on Saturday. I have plans tonight. And we're like, oh. So the discussion was, at what point in our lives do you remember that it wasn't important to hang out with your parents on your birthday anymore because you had plans with your adult friends? And it was kind of sad. But like that sort of cats in the cradle sad kind of thing. Was that thunder? Dang. Well, oh wait, I wrote that wrong. So there's a couple things that came out or are coming out this week or soon, Lego wise. The two things I've seen are, well, one of them I can't really remember what it is. I feel like it's an Animal Crossing set. It may not be. I'm going to look it up real quick. We're just going to check. And then the other one was like vintage radio. And I was kind of taken aback a little bit because I really wasn't sure where that came from. So there's the vintage radio, retro radio. It looks fine. I don't remember this being like an ideas set. It says it's an icon set, but it's kind of like, I think an icon set for the people who would buy icon set would have been like a boombox with a cassette player in it. I think that's the age icon's going for. This I feel like maybe a little older, but I mean, it's not a bad build. It actually looks like it may be pretty fun to build, but it's just, yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere and was like, okay, we're going for 60s motif, I guess. I don't know. This is the other one I was remembering was the gift with purchase space set, which you get 2 orange and white figures, and they got some fun faces on them, and then some stuff in here. The Notre Dame is coming out. That was a big set. And it sparked, yeah, it is odd. I don't know. It sparked the Notre Dame architecture set, sparked conversation again about 1x5s are now like so common. I don't even mention them anymore. They're just like, yep, there they are. It's sparked debate on the LAN about architecture versus religion because as you know, Lego has a no religion policy, and basically no symbols displaying a type of religion. And it's fine. They can, they can do whatever they want, and I think most of us know the rules around that. So no iconography, that kind of thing. But we've got churches, and now I get it. Notre Dame is probably one of the most well-known pieces of architecture in the world, right? But it's still a place of worship. So I don't know. I don't want to say slippery slope because I hate that phrase because I don't know. Anyway, I feel like this is one. They could, because now they could do, what's that one really famous Spanish one? The something familia. But this opens up churches now. So people are going to submit churches to ideas and, you know, that kind of thing. Not that they haven't already, but it looks great. It looks magnificent. I think it'd be a fun set to build. I probably am not going to get it, but likewise, I don't think I'll get that radio or anything kind of recent, honestly. Still trying to get that Venator, but saving just is hard. Probably could have had it by now if I didn't spend it on getting each one of these little things, but, you know, I'll just go in a moratorium on buying for a couple months, and then I should be able to do it. Buy it for myself for my birthday at the end of June, right? The Mona Lisa set has been revealed. The Mona Lisa art piece has been revealed. I think we talked about that last time a little bit, or maybe it hadn't quite come out yet, but we were still talking about art last time. Yeah, I think that is thunder. Is that thunder? Nice. We do have a storm rolling in. If we lose power, ooh, kind of a big cell. It's just a little one. We're barely going to get skirmished. Yeah, it's a little thing kind of flared up. I think we'll be all right. It's hard to tell with the music and the AC kicks on and you're like, is that thunder? The Mona Lisa is not bad. I think they did as well as they could with a face and still have it be flat and still have it be different tones. I don't think I'll get that one either, but I think if someone were to get it for me for like a holiday, or if I found it, you know, if it came in a support thing and, you know, and somebody ended up with it, I think they would be all right with it. So I think that's it news-wise for Lego. I was just checking. We still don't have our invoice for our lug bulk yet, so still waiting on that for the lug. Brick Rodeo goes well. I think we're still knocking out some plans for that. Everybody should get their... What's up, James? Everybody should get their mock registered as soon as possible so we can start planning for those. James, what's your thought on the retro radio that was just released? Or the image that was just released for the retro radio? Is that something... Oh, you're really not kind of doing sets a whole lot anymore, so it's probably not going to get it even if you did like it. Well, here you go. I got you set. There it is. Retro radio. Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of all agreed on that. We're kind of like, yeah, it looks okay. Probably not going to get it, but it looks fine. 2 and 3. It's funny that halfway through building the set, you build the stand. They don't trust me no more, man. To hold it up. So I've got 4 bags left. We had 5, not counting the stand, but they seem kind of like very light on parts. So it very well may be that we get done early. If that's the case, maybe I will open up a studio file and work on that for a while. So on the channel as well, if you didn't see already, I've got a poll up for the next set of Horizon Zero Dawn machines. Uh-oh. I think I'm missing... Okay, good. I don't like running out of time and seeing that there's big pieces. I'm like, did I miss something? The next Horizon Zero Dawn machines I'm going to start working on probably pretty soon. Maybe before Brick Rodeo. We'll see how it goes. But the next 2 are going to be... So you put that piece there. Now the thing doesn't rock on its little hinges. And you got a nice jaunty angle. Cool. So now we've got this open spot here. And there's nothing on top of it. Interesting. So I think they feel like it's going to stay in there. Okay, good enough. That's going to be how it looks. The jauntiness, the angle. So that'll be pretty cool. All right. So the 2 machines are going to be a Frost Claw and a Scorcher. And I believe they're roughly the same size. Oh, and if you push down on that, you can hear it. So now the stand is stuck in there. So that's different from the other ones where they were just kind of sitting on it, which is interesting. The bigger one might be the Frost Claw. And I think that's the one that's winning the poll so far. The Scorcher, so the Scorcher is basically like a wolf analog. And the Frost Claw is a bear analog. So the Frost Claw I think is a little bigger. It's a very rough machine to fight. It really, if you're not careful, to really kick your butt. It's fast and it's powerful. When you're fighting machines like that, you try to aim for the weak points that you can see when you turn your focus on. When you activate your focus, it'll give you kind of a it'll highlight all the weak parts, and you can if you take enough time to do it, you can cycle through, and like if you want to hit a specific one. The problem is you can't really do it in combat. You kind of have to plan ahead of time and scan them while they're just kind of standing there, because once you're in combat, it's really hard to turn around and scan something and hold that down while they're like barreling down on you. So then you're just shooting to try to cause damage, and they've got the little damage bar up and everything. Probably more a challenge to learn something from the Scorcher and apply to the Frost Claw. Well, the Scorcher, I probably would not learn anything new. I'm going to basically build it the same way as I've built the same body type as the Ravager and the Sawtooth. So just kind of cat bodies. So, big joint in the middle that does this. And then a certain way that the legs are jointed because of how quadruped mammals have their legs. So probably keep it like that. I might shorten the paw lengths a little bit at some point to make them more dog-like. And then the head's obviously very different, but like the basic part of the body is different or the same. The Scorch or the Frost Claw, however, would be completely different. Like I haven't built anything like it. I've done nothing that even remotely resembles a bear. It's got a really big torso. It's got kind of shorter legs that it kind of squats down on. It walks around on its hands and hands and feet, but also can stand up and just walk on its hind legs. One of its attacks is really funny. It runs towards you and then does this thing where it just kind of leaps up and tries to land on its back right on top of you. It's pretty funny. It looks like a wrestler. So that'll be the more difficult of the two. To learn anything from it would be that one. And the other one I could do kind of offline and just kind of do it and get it done. But we'll see how the voting goes. Oh no, I would absolutely love to AARPH. I would absolutely love to learn a new thing. I think doing the Frost Claw would be a great challenge, because I haven't done anything like it yet. I still want to go learn a different language, like a language not French. Like I feel like I know enough French that to go study it more would just be studying it and perfecting it. I don't think I would. I think I know enough of it to say I know. Oh, that's fine. But I would love to learn like Mandarin. I still kind of want to learn Mandarin. And I started at one point, but all I had was discs. I had Rosetta Stone discs. I might fire up my Duolingo again and be like, hey, Duolingo, I want to learn a language that I'm never going to speak to anybody. What's up, Vab? How's it going? Your kids learned Pig Latin this year. I could learn Pig Latin. We had my ex, the kids' moms, had something that her parents taught her and her brother and sister called Bicycle Latin, which is it's kind of like Pig Latin. It's English with interspersed nonsense in between syllables. You add letters, you rearrange stuff, kind of thing. So they spoke it in front of the kids whenever they were talking about, like, you know, buying Christmas presents or things like that. And so the kids spent a lot of time trying to learn it. And so they would speak it around me when I first moved here. And after a while, I was like, yeah, so I've figured out your little language. And then we would speak it in front of the kids and have them try to figure it out. I don't even really think they've figured it out. I don't know. But that was fun. I like kind of made up languages and things. There's a guy I used to know who he was basically doing kind of a Tolkien thing where he made up a language and then he made up like a whole story around it and everything. It was pretty cool. Kind of lost track of him. I have to look him up. How you doing, Vab? How's your rocket build going? Hope it's going well. So I was telling Missy earlier, James, I was trying to figure out what to do for my my Texas map, and I don't have a clue on what to do with it. I was thinking of doing, since we'll probably get them back, it's not like I'm sinking parts into this that I'll never get back, but I was thinking about doing 2 base plates because we have a couple base plates. Oh man, that stinks. I hate that when that happens. I hate when 2 things happen with Bricklink, where you make a handful of orders and then like one of the orders gets lost. and or the person emails you like immediately going, sorry, I don't have that piece. I actually don't have that piece. Or like a store closes after you order something from that. I mean, all this stuff has happened to me. I've ordered it so much. But the other thing is that bugs me even more is when I get the parts that I need and I get something all put together and it turns out I did not order like a bunch of stuff that I thought I needed. Or I don't order, you know, I end up not getting the full thing because I was just dumb and didn't count it right. That's frustrating because then you're missing like 3 pieces. You're like, I don't want to make a brick order of 3 pieces. So then you're kind of justifying Bricklink orders and you're like, well, maybe I'll get this and a minifig. I need that minifig for something. Or maybe I'll get this and like, I'll, you know, have a need to get a backlog of parts. So maybe I'll get like a ton of these other something or others. That's the frustrating part for me. Yeah, that's the one that gets me is like, nope, I just didn't order it. I just was dumb. Didn't do it right. Oh, I was going to say something and I forgot. So I'm trying to think of what to do this Sunday. I guess I could start on the newest Horizon stuff, or I could keep working on... Oh, I was going to do Thundercloud. That's what I was going to do, because I want to keep that going. I don't want to lose steam on that. And all they need is... They liked most of it. They just kind of wanted to see about making the ingredients a little more fully realized. So we'll see. I don't really agree with them, but they're the ones that are doing this, so. I did that recently. Realized like 4 pieces are out of stock when I hit order and didn't fill out. Yeah. And you're probably not even doing a lot with that. You just got to give yourself a little time to process the fact that you didn't order it right. Aha, this is the infamous or the famous cockpit design with a weird internal color. Got us a nice print. I haven't seen that print before. Oh, interesting. This piece, cone piece, doesn't really... Yes, I was actually going to talk about that. The more accurate alphabet, the better alphabet. Because we don't have sounds like CH and TH. Oh, this is really weird. Where's my great awesome tool that I'm going to use to run this? There we go. Right up. So this is interesting. This piece is not... It actually looks like it will shift a little bit. So you have to be careful that those get lined up because it's kind of empty underneath. There's nothing that keeps it from rotating a little bit either direction. What's up, Johnny? Yeah, the shipping always sucks. Like, I have to make the order match the shipping or else I feel like I'm not getting my worth. So I'm constantly like padding pieces and stuff. Okay, this is how they have it and this is how they rotate it. Okay. Yes, I saw that. I saw a couple, like I saw it on TikTok and it was like in parts. There was like 9 parts. So I didn't see all of it. I saw some of it. And I want to go back and find the original, or find the long version on YouTube and watch the whole thing. It looked very interesting. Over. Put these pieces on it. Oh, cool. Thank you. I will watch that later. I don't know if it's going to be closed up or not, but I'm not really happy about that giant hole in there. But I don't know. I don't know how else to. I can complain about all I want, but I don't know. I couldn't do it any better, probably. That's a very nice fit in there, that little piece. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for the video. See, half the time I can't tell if that's... All right, well, there you go. Extra piece. Bag 9. Ordered some parts from Poland, like $110 a part, $70 in shipping. Whoo! Yikes. I designed and helped somebody learn how to order parts from Bricklink for a plane that I designed, a drone plane, one of those really long-winged drones. Their wife was in the Air Force, and so they wanted to do a present for their wife. So I worked with this lady to get it designed and built and everything, and I was like, all right. So, and then I made instructions for it so that when she got the parts, she could give it to her wife and say, "Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever. Here's a Lego set of the thing that you fly, right, or that you remote pilot." So I thought that was a really great, nifty kind of idea for a present. So worked for a couple weeks to get it designed, and then did the instructions for it, and got them ordered. And the only place we could find it, and I don't think it was Poland. It may have been Poland now that I think about it. It took forever to finally realize that the order was lost. Like, I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and I kept not hearing from customs. And I'm like, do you have any idea what happened to this order? It was like $150 worth of Lego. And they're like, no, we don't have any idea. It looks like it got sent out from, the port or whatever, and it shows hitting customs here, but then after that there's no record of it. I'm like, well, what do I do? And they're like, well, you can file a missing order. And I was like, okay, honestly, how often does that find the thing? And they're like, not really that often. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I will, but I mean, shoot. So I had to go back to this lady who had paid me to order this stuff. Well, she paid me to like design it. Piece, and I want to make sure that's not in these bags. one little tile. Oh, there it is. Weird that it's over here. So it was really frustrating because then we had to order the whole thing. We just canceled from the one person and they understood. And I was like, we don't have the parts. We need a refund because we don't have the parts. And they're like, it was a struggle because they're like, I mailed it. I don't know what you're talking about. You paid me for them. I sent them. And I think we got insurance, but I think filing insurance would have taken too long, or I don't know what happened. This was several years ago, so I don't honestly remember what happened. All I know is it was an order that got lost, and I was very upset, so we had to reorder it. If you get the parts tomorrow or Saturday, we'll do a stream Saturday night. Brilliant. Saturday night, I will not be here. I will be in Dallas. We're going to an away game up in Dallas. Me and the family, minus Beth, because she has no desire to do any Austin FC stuff. Which kind of, I wish she liked it, but I get it. So, well, you can have you and your girlfriend can come over and you guys can watch Grey's Anatomy and drink wine. I like the greebling. Alternating ingots and grilled plates. Aha, now we're working on the back half. So Johnny, is this coming together like the US UCS version is? Just throw it next time. Yeah, I know. I just chucked it. Do these in sections and then you fill it in between and oh, I meant to see if the game was on. Turn the volume down. The event is starting soon. As much as sometimes I dislike technology and what it does to us as people, I really like having this little bitty screen that I can carry with me that lets me watch hockey games. What's up, Greg? How's it going? Yeah, you do the structure, then the center pylons, mandibles, cockpit, engine, and then you cover the rest. So if anybody's curious, apparently this is almost exactly how you do the UCS version. Same build. Almost like they just reduced the part size and the piece count just to make it a little smaller, which is the way to do it. You went to the movies. What'd you see? You ordered 2,000 $10 items for work. It came in a box like 10 by 10 by 10 inches. When I got the small box, it really put the value of each of those items in perspective. Yeah. Yeah, every time I order, I hope I did that the right way. I hope I flipped that the right way. Yeah, that's good. Every time I order something from Bricklink, I get it, and I have this mental image of what I ordered, and the same thing happens where I get it and go, geez, I thought I ordered a lot more than this. And then I open up the bag and verify the order. I'm like, yeah, no, that's exactly how much I ordered. Just doesn't seem like a lot now. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Nice. And went to Twin Peaks. I don't know what that is. Is that a mall? I do want to see that, but I think I might wait for that until streaming. For no other reason than I've seen, like, I feel like I've seen all the other ones. And I don't, not that I don't care, but I'm like, all right, we'll see how this goes. Oh, it's a sports bar. Oh, we have a Twin Peaks here in Round Rock. It was actually, it's hit by the tornado that came through here a little while ago. It's a restaurant, yeah. Yeah, we were trying to come up with fun names for what to call it now that it had been destroyed by the tornado. Something about the restaurant is now full topless. Something like that. Let me guess. This is gonna... See, I thought I did that wrong. Oh wait, that's not all the way back there yet. Yikes. That one in Waco had the shootout a couple... Oh, that's right, yeah. That was wild, man. I'm waiting for cable to make its return to watch sports again. And clip that together. So yeah, so there's a clip in there. So now you've got your nice slope angle for the back. $22 ghost pepper wings and you ate them all. That reminds me, I feel like we're due for a Hot Ones homegrown sometime soon. Due for a Hot Wings party. I don't know if I told you guys this, but years and years ago, and since, we've done it 3 times now. We basically did Hot Ones, but we did it with just a group of friends. And everybody bought one hot sauce, so we got like the current lineup. And then we had everybody buy some chicken wings, so we all had enough chicken wings. And then we had one person kind of make them all ahead of time and bring them. And there was probably 8 maybe people eating chicken and doing the sauce. And then we had the people who didn't want to do it would ask us questions. So we'd each take a bite, and like the interview portion of the show, we would answer questions, right? Go around the table, and they weren't super in-depth questions, just kind of simple stuff. And the first time we did it, it went pretty well until we got up to the bomb, and then just it was like a stick of dynamite went off around the table. Everybody just scattered. And it was mayhem. It was so hot. And then after that, it's like you don't really even notice it, because a friend of mine said it's like getting shot in the same bullet hole. It's like the damage is done, pain's already there. And we've done it again since. But we've grown a little bit, and now we're like, you know what? We got nothing to prove. We've had some of the hottest sauces in the world. I think what we're going to do is go up to 7. We're going to skip 8. And then we're just going to enjoy, or we'll go back and eat the ones that we enjoy, like the ones that had a good flavor or something. So there's nothing to really prove by, murdering your mouth and your intestines. My kids love to sing the chicken wing song. I don't know what that song is. I haven't had kids in a while. You can ask Johnny to take part. Hey, Johnny, you want to do some hot sauce? We're nowhere near each other. That seems a little loose, but okay. That's cute. That's very much like a, it sounds like a Wiggles song or something. Carolina Reaper is my sauce. If you get a good like mix with the pepper itself, like a good blend with a fruit or something sugary or maybe something a little smoky, like the flavor is good enough to where you will enjoy the sauce no matter how hot it is. But something like Da Bomb is pure capsaicin. It's just battery acid. There's nothing redeeming about it. There's no, I've had people say, oh no, it tastes good. I'm like, you're lying. There's no way. And if you actually think it tastes good, you're a sociopath. There's no way that tastes good. The Last Dab I've heard actually has a pretty good flavor to it, but that's anecdotal. I haven't actually had it. We did a series that was right before, so the last one we did was kind of right before The Last Dab. And they've had The Last Dab on there for a long time. Yeah, for the most part, when I make my own wings, all I do is have a thing of like Louisiana hot sauce or Frank's or something, and then, you know, 1 cup butter, 1 cup hot sauce, melt it all together, toss the wings in it, you're done. Don't gotta be too crazy with it. I just want to eat some wings. Buy some waffle fries to go with it. Some celery sticks, you're good. This event is starting soon. Why is it not starting now? Good Lord. Yeah, it's like what people do with buffalo sauce. They make it too hot so you can't taste. Yeah. Eat hot wing sauce multiple times a week on all kinds of stuff. Most of the time, I do sriracha on stuff. That's kind of my daily. It's not spicy, but it's a good kick and a good flavor. I'll put it on eggs. I'll put it on noodles. Put it on rice. Put on, you know, pork chops, whatever. I was a big Tabasco fan for a while, but that started getting a little kind of thin and vinegary for me. Because it's thin and vinegary, but like I wasn't, just the taste was kind of like, You're a little burnt out on it. Oh, okay, cool. That sounds good. All right, so I think this is an extra piece. I don't remember using, oh, right there, okay. All right, so we got the back half there. On to bag 10. Sriracha's weird because I still have a hard time finding it. I get whatever HEB sriracha is. Like Diamondback something or other. And it's fine. It's not the same, but it's fine. It's just every time I go to the store, I'm like, I go to the section that has it, and they've got all the store brand and all the knockoff ones, and then there's that one section that says sriracha, and it's empty every time. All right, we're going to put this cool piece on now. remember the first Falcon came with a piece like this. It was a little darker blue and it was longer. But that was the coolest piece at the time when that set first came out. I'm like, what is this? This is awesome. I may still have it. A friend of mine from the lug texted me and was like, I was thinking about getting this, but this one. He's like, have you built many Falcons? You know, did you like this one? I was like, honestly, I haven't finished it yet. And I have only built one other non-microfighter because I have 2 microfighters and one that I made myself. But store-bought Millennium Falcons, I only really got the first one. Long time ago, like 2002, 2001, whenever the first run of them came out. And I haven't got anything since. I haven't got the UCS. I haven't got any of the other major big releases of it. So this is kind of like, I know I complain about them only releasing Millennium Falcons, Lego, but I haven't got any. I think probably because I'm like, you guys have released this all the time. There we go. Oh, game started. Yay. Hey, wake up, babe. The Avs game has started. So I may be a little distracted. I'm trying to watch. My brightness is up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to be watching the game. A little bit. It's the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. So it's round 2 of the Stanley Cup. Colorado, they're in Dallas. Colorado beat the Stars a couple days ago, and I feel bad as a fan. I went to bed. It was like 11:30. Probably wasn't that late, but it was end of the first period. It was 3-0 Stars, and I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll watch the highlights tomorrow, and I wake up and the Avs won 4-0 or 4-3. I'm like, well, should have stayed up for that one. So now I told Beth, I was like, I'm staying up for this one. Grown out a beard for playoffs and everything. All right, so this goes like a so on that side, and like a so on this side. I think my boss is a Dallas Stars fan. And I saw him at work today, and he's also kind of scruffy. So I'm like, growing out the playoff beard, huh? I'm really hoping Colorado can take 2 games away from Dallas, in Dallas. I think that'd be great. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to pause the music for a second. See if that kicks up again. I think it was rain or wind or something. You probably can't hear it. Ooh. Everybody okay back there? Beth does not like storms. She does not like storms more than the dogs don't like storms. So, I am also a Bruins fan. If I had a second team, it would be the Bruins. I just like Boston as a city. In fact, the PWHL, that's my team, is the PWHL Boston, because I don't have an official like team name or anything yet. It's just the city. Ooh, this is really complicated. Getting these little things in the end was a kind of a problem. They don't give you really any like sheets on how to do it. And I'm worried that I'm going to tear the tube. trying to get this pin. Yeah, and they have to go all the way in. See, once you get one side in, they go in okay. So that's fine. Good. Good. Oh, come on. I'm on a major text group, family chat with the kids, Beth. Uh-oh. Okay, so I may lose power. I just lost this monitor. The lights blinked and this monitor went down. So we shall see how long this stream lasts. If the stream stops, I may lose the router before anything else. I'm glad my computers are all in surge protectors. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, good luck. Just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you. Oh, that was close. I'm on a text thread thing, family chat with Beth, the kids, the ladies, and then my ex's sister and all her kids. And they still call me Uncle Ben, which I think is hilarious. And we'll still, like, you know, family reunions, and they come out and visit and things like that. They can consider me part of the family. I got to go to one of the, I guess, niece's wedding recently. Just because, you know, spent a lot of time with them. We lived in Houston. We were all hanging out together all the time and everything. So, oh, Whataburger shake. You know what? I like Whataburger. I like the avocado sandwich. I'm not, their shakes are fine. I'm not a Dr. Pepper shake person. And I know they've got those. They occasionally have like a new flavor. P. Terry's has been knocking the shakes out of the park lately. They've done a really good job with their like monthly flavor thing. The last one was banana pudding. Oh, so good. Yeah, it really does sound good. I may like treat myself to a lunch tomorrow. Normally when I work from home, I just eat food at home. Helps me save money. But every once in a while, like Monday mornings, I'll go get coffee and breakfast tacos. Friday lunch, I'll go get bad food, right? But I know this weekend coming up, we're doing Barks for Beers. So I may want to hold off on my spending, hold off on the caloric intake because I'm going to be drinking beer and eating bar food tomorrow night. So what is Barks for Beers, you ask? Well, let me tell you. For those not in the area or haven't heard me tell this story, there is a an event. Try a Portillo's cake shake. I don't know what Portillo's is. Is that a Houston thing? Every year in the month of May, there's a group called Divine Canines. It's a very nice greebly bit. There's a group called Divine Canines, and they do their business is service animals. They do therapy animals. So anybody who needs help with that kind of stuff, they do that. And every year they have a Chicago thing. They do a Barks for Beers, and what you do is go buy one glass and you get a pause port, right? Fly landed right on top of the webcam. And there are up to like around 30 breweries usually taking part in the event. And you go to each brewery, and with your Posport, you get one free pour. So the glass and the Posport are $30. I think this year was 35. It goes up like every couple years. It'd go up $5 or something. And sometimes when they started, it was like just a handful of breweries. Then it was 20. Then it was 30. Then it was 35. They took a year off during the lockdown, but they've been back on it. So we're gonna go do that this year. So the idea is there's like 30 around town, and you plan a couple weeks or a couple weekends where you go get hit 3 or 4, 2 or 3, something like that. And if you get, 5 beers over the course of the month, you've basically paid for your cup. And then all the money goes towards the therapy, the animal therapy thing. And I say animal therapy, it's not therapy for animals. They train therapy animals. So they train animals to help with people who need help with, it's not seeing eye dogs kind of thing, but people who may have like emotional support animals, or ones that like can sense when you're having an anxiety attack. I don't know what else they do. They might actually do ones for like epilepsy or other handicaps. So I don't know, but it's a good cause, and you get beer out of it. So, and then usually at places, at breweries, there are ambassador dogs that will be there, and you can say hi, and they have trading cards for all the ambassador dogs. It's so cute. Cool. Fit together snugly. So we're doing that Friday, and then Saturday we're driving up to Dallas to go see the Austin FC play Dallas FC. And we nicknamed them Frisco because they don't actually play in Dallas. So I'm hoping they do well. I'm hoping for at least a tie. We actually don't have that good of a team, but we've beaten Frisco already once this year, and I'm really hoping that we can do it again. What's the best minifig scan app that you can request? I actually don't do minifig scanning for like CMFs. James might be able to tell you. I think he's been working with some. Hushed in the chat might be able to tell you a good one if he's been working with one. Or maybe Johnny, I don't know. Well, that's too many men on the ice right there. Yep, I don't... in fact, I'm waiting to hear back from Minifigs Plus because we pre-ordered the space minifigs. There you go, Vab with the knowledge. I pre-ordered some space minifigs from the space series, and the... got little dog hair all over me. The company does a thing where you can just buy just a full set, right? So you're not buying the boxes and then going through and getting rid of extras or anything like that. It costs about the same as like a full set of figures, so it's not really, you're not saving any money, but they kind of do the work for you, which is great. But the downside is like the CMFs came out 9 days ago or whenever they officially came out a couple weeks ago. You have to wait for them to get them street released and for them to go through each one and start building, full sets that they can ship to you. So you get them a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks after the fact. But I was like, oh man, I just want them now. So I keep checking my email, and they use this weird shop app where I'm like, oh no, just email me when the order's ready. Don't make me go get a whole new app that I have to sign up for and get a bunch of junk email. Falcon Brick's pretty good. Just an app. Is it a QR scanner, barcode scanner app? All right, Missy, take care. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Stay dry. We actually are going to finish a little early, and I might just be a little... Yeah, agreed. I might just finish this and kind of be done. It's a short stream tonight. Helping daughter with a good minifig scanning app. Teaching her how to 10 key and use Excel sheets. Nice. Raising a little accountant, little database programmer. What is the meaning of life? Oh. Brick scan. Brick scan, brick scan. Oh, what are the shots? 3-3. It's pretty even, man. This series scares me because it's going to be really even. And I'm going to hate it. It's going to be a nail biter. Oh! Dang! We just need to hit them with an avalanche of goals. That's what they do. Okay. I feel like I've got a lot of extra pieces here. Oh, it's because I didn't do... Well... Shostakovich. I left out a bunch of steps in here. She is making a board game, and math is the knowledge they need to know how to advance. Oh, cool. I was like, why are you doing the math yourself? Time to learn how to work smarter, not harder. There you go. Yeah, I just done plumb left these off. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. I'm going to get these all the right direction or else it's going to OCD me. So these little tiles, there's a direction. It's not just up and down, but there's like the little black things attach to the white stripes a certain direction. I want to make sure they all point the right way or else. And these don't. So there we go. Cool. So we generated the answer key quickly. 9 years old. She's figured out Alt 246 would make a division key. Nice. So she'll be resourceful, not an employee I had today. I kept hitting the X on top chord instead of the X on. Yeah, I understand that. Our help desk system is basically half the time is a will, you know, I could answer it with a, here, let me Google that for you. And the other is answering things like, is this a legit email? Like, are you expecting it? Does it look like it's coming from a reputable site that you generally go to? If you hover over the links, does it give you the same thing as where the email? I mean, it's basic stuff. And they're just, I don't know. But, I mean, job security. There's always going to be people who don't know what they're doing. That's good. Get them used to programming languages and maths and whatnot. I mean, my oldest is doing data science. They are working for the state doing research. A lot of statistics and things like that. They're much smarter than I am. And I'm glad their mom pushed them to be that way and to get good jobs and get good schooling. And also got an email today. I would respond to your calendar poll, but it says I need to download an authenticator. That's another thing, is the authenticator. Boy, do people not grasp that concept. Welcome to Ben and James moan about their work. Oh, which reminds me, I need to change a phone system thing for a person. So we have basically gone mostly remote. Right after we had spent a ton of money and ordered a whole new phone system, but then we went into lockdown and everybody went home, so we really didn't need these phones anymore because everybody's working with an app on their computer or their phone. So when we came back into working in the building, kind of part-time in the building, 1 or 2 days a week, a lot of people got rid of their phones, so we didn't really need them anymore. But we do have tenants that we have helped set up their phones for them, or we put them on our plan and then they pay us. We bill them for whatever we do. And yeah, I get it. It was a long day today too. I was fixing switch stuff all day, running cables and barely understanding the Cisco programming language. So this lady says, hey, we've got a new employee starting. Actually, it turns out they're an ex-employee of ours and they're just starting with them. So I was like, oh, cool. I know them. That sucks. Their request was that this new person is taking over for this one other person. They're basically like going to be the receptionist, but the other person is still going to be able to answer the main phones and everything. I was like, all right, well, I think we can do that. So turns out they still have physical phones in their office, which is fine. The problem is there's a receptionist lady who's going to be sitting at the front desk. She's new and she needs her line on this phone, but I can't do 2 lines on one phone without like a whole lot of work that is not a part of our SLA. The other person who is kind of, they're taking over for that person is not even there. They're out hurt or something. They hurt something. So they're out for a little bit. But when they come back, they're going to be sitting in an office with another person who's the lady who's running this association. They're going to be in an office together and she's like, and we both want our phones. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. It's weird, but it's fine. And they all answer the same call queue, which means when they call the main number for this association, everybody can pick up. And I'm like, why don't you all just use the app, the phone app? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, instead of having the phones, you could just use your app, because then you can kind of take whatever calls you need to, and, you know, anyway. It's a whole thing. And it sucks because these people were actually like really nice people. She's like, you know, whatever's easiest for you guys. We don't care. We just want to make sure that we get our calls answered. And I was like, okay, cool. So at least they're nice about it. Because they don't have to be. I do have other employees in my company that are not that nice. Oh, is my car hurt? Oh, he went to the bench. Oh, did he take a shot? Oh, he got cross-checked in the face. And no call. There's no call on that. That's awesome. These refs. This is two... The last game, there was a high stick to the face that they didn't call. I mean, it was right in front of the ref. And this time, there's a cross-check right in Makar's face. Nothing. And he's bleeding from his mouth. Oh. I really want to go check out the Discord and see what everybody's talking about right now with it. Ice rugby sucks. Ice rugby rules. Don't you badmouth. Just because your Penguins are out of it. Get out of this first period with score tied. That'd be great. So I don't know of any new Lego things coming up. I don't know of any new challenges and Lego ideas, although I think this last one kind of burnt me to the idea of doing that again. It just seemed like such a cluster. They didn't handle it right. It's submitting it. Crap, they scored. Friggin' Dallas. It's alright. They were up 3-0 last time. The submission process has always been so hinky, too, that I didn't like the process of trying to just submit a thing. There was, too many restrictions that I wasn't aware of in order for this to be considered. So I didn't like that part of the process at all. And if it didn't, for whatever reason, when you submitted something, it didn't go through, there was very little information telling you why it wasn't accepted. They have a checker that was like, well, what is the property that you're looking at? To make sure that if the intellectual property part of it is okay. And that should be it. They're so worried about how the photo looks and does it have a good background or something like that. You're like, I don't, it's just. So I don't think that's supposed to do anything other than that. Yeah, make it clear. Also not blurry. It's okay. Thanks for that. Cool. I think that's all of that. Clip. All right, now I gotta make the gun. Beep beep. That's pretty much it. I'm excited I don't have to go in the building tomorrow. We got everything today that we needed taken care of today. We got so our building is going through a major reconstruction. they're basically gutting the whole building and rebuilding everything inside of it. So we get new floors, new ceilings. We get all new equipment, all new wireless access points, new cameras. We've got like the fire panel people, the HVAC system people. They're all coming in and installing new stuff. We've got like sound dampening stuff in there. That's a whole new open floor plan with lots of glass, and it feels like a newsroom kind of. So it's interesting. So anyway, everything's sort of coming to a head right now, where everything that we are in charge of gets kind of put together. And today we kind of got to a point where we don't need to come in tomorrow because the contractors are doing all the work tomorrow. So we've already got it all set up. Okay, so it's not even 9:30 yet, but I think I'm gonna cut this short because I'm tired, had a long day. But there you go. There's your Midi-scale Millennium Falcon. Let me go grab the other one so you can see the scale. So here's the scale. Anyone excited for the Endurance ship? The Endurance ship? Is it the... Yeah, well, here's my tie. You can compare this to my little Midi-scale tie interceptor too, which you can't really see. So here's your Falcon, right? About that big. These are the so these are the 25th anniversary sets, right? So these are all these guys. 25th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. There are two other MIDI scales. These came out with the 45th anniversary or 50th anniversary of Star Wars or Empire Strikes Back or something. This is going to be kind of hard to get all these in here, but we'll do our best. So here's the Executor, right? And then here's the Nebulon B. So these are all your MIDI scale. Oh, these are just running shorts. When I'm like at home not doing anything, I just change into something comfortable. So these jerseys are comfortable and I've just got the running shorts on. Antarctic Ernest Shackleton. I don't know what that is. Ernest Shackleton I thought was an author. Is that a book? I'm gonna have to look that up. Anyway, so here's your these are all your MIDI scales. Now there are a couple other older MIDI scales. There was an older MIDI scale. Let's look this up. Anyway, I'm gonna put these aside so you can see. So we can look this up. But these are basically your new ones, your 25th anniversary. I thought there was a Venator and something else. So this is the old Falcon MIDI scale, and I had this one, so at some point I'd like to see if I could rebuild this one. Got that one. So I think it was just these two. What I would like to see is this scale with more ships. I would love a Home 1 MIDI scale. I I would love a Venator Midi-scale. I thought there was a Venator, but I guess it was just these two to begin with. I know I had both of these. Love to get rid of it. Yeah, this was fine. It wasn't anything, whatever. Star Destroyers are cool ships, but man, they are boring to build as Lego. They're just giant gray arrowheads. You know, there's nothing really interesting about them. This was a lot of fun. The Invisible Hand is a very unique looking ship. I think it turned out really well in Lego at this scale. I really liked it a lot. I would love to see a whole fleet of these. Like, I would love to see a bunch of Clone Wars era capital ships. There's at least 3 they could do. They could do 2 more that are CIS. They're not all named is the problem. This one is like the Tanta V4. This one is the Invisible Hand, the Executor. The Nebulon B frigate is the only one in this lineup that really doesn't have a name. It's just the class is the Nebulon B frigate. But Home 1 would be great. I think Home 1 kind of needs to be done. I wouldn't be surprised if for the 25th anniversary, or the, what is this, 45th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, that, or 50th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, that they do a Home 1 Midi-scale. I think that'd be, they may already have that in the works. MIDI collaborative space battle. Oh, project support. Get a whole fleet, right? Rescue 1, is it? It just says Nebulon B, but this one actually says this is the Executor Super Star Destroyer, the Tanta V4, the Invisible Hand. They don't even tell you what kind of ship the Invisible Hand is. They're just like, or the Tanta V4. They don't say Corellian Corvette. They don't say, forget what class that is now. Anyway, doesn't matter. Do they say Rescue 1 in the movie? I don't remember that at all. And you know how good I am with Star Wars trivia, so... They could also do... I mean, they don't have to wait for the, anniversaries of the newer movies, but you could absolutely do, like, a... there's not many new ships, though, in the new one. You could do a Mandator class Dreadnought, one of these. You could do whatever the new Star Destroyer class is. Yeah, you see it. You see a bunch of Nebulon Bs in the movies. So, well, all right, folks. All right, gang. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed hanging out and building with me for this. Sunday, I'll be doing some work in studio. I'll be doing the Thundercloud sub again. We'll just kind of add some stuff to it. And probably going to be some studio work for at least a little while. I don't have any new sets to really build, so it's going to be all this. Like to pimp my little TIE Interceptor Midi-scale ship again. I think that's probably okay, yeah? For a trophy? You think that's too big for a trophy? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway. All right. Take care. Yeah, there you go. Name the class of the medical ship from Return of the Jedi. Give it its actual name. What is its canonical name? All right, guys. Take care. Have a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.